everyone, I am your science teacher Safiya. Today we are going to learn a topic, as you are familiar about the topic, that is reproduction in plants. So let us have an introduction of that. During spring season, you'll find varieties of flowers in our surroundings. Varieties in the shape, varieties in the size, varieties in the colors and fragrance, everything. You can find varieties of flowers in our surroundings. When we see the flowers, we'll feel pleasant, right? We'll feel very good. The fragrance of it will give us a good sense. And not only that, here flowers look beautiful. They are used in decoration purposes. They are not only used in decoration but also for making for doing puja and all by some people. So here there are different varieties of flowers you can see in your surroundings. So do you think flowers are only required for decoration purposes? Are they required only for doing cultural practices? No. Flowers have one important function as well. That is what flowers help in reproduction. So now flowers, as I said, there is a variety of flowers. There is a variety in the size, variety in the color, variety in the shape. But there are some common characteristics of a flower, like common parts of a flower which are present in every flower. So let us start. Let us have a look on the floral parts of a flower. So let us take a flower and let us cut it in a longitudinal way, or let us do a longitudinal section of a flower. So what is meant by longitudinal section? Let me explain you. Take an apple and cut it. How you cut? From top to bottom. That is what you cut in this way. That is what longitudinal section. Now you can see I have taken a flower. The flower which I have considered here is nothing but a datura flower. It is a white flower you can find in your surroundings, which is creamish or whitish in color. Take a datura flower and cut it in the longitudinal section. Make a longitudinal section of a datura flower. When you make a longitudinal section, you will find these parts of a flower as I have drawn here. So let us start the different parts of a flower from the bottom. Here you can see a stick to which you will hold a flower. By which you will hold a flower, that stick is called a stalk. Now just above the stalk, you can find a swollen head-like structure. It is called as thalamus. Swollen head-like structure on which all the floral parts are sitting is called as thalamus. Then above the thalamus, you can see sepals. You can see this calyx. Okay, so these are the green colored structures which are present here, which will protect a flower. You have seen a bud of a flower. I am not talking about the bird. I am talking about the bud. B-U-D, bud. Okay, when you see a bud, okay, bud. So you'll see all the floral parts are present inside, and that bud is covered with green color structures. Those green color structures are nothing but the sepals or the calyx. And then above the calyx, next part of the calyx, you can see a funnel shaped structure present here. These funnel shaped structures are called as corolla. So what is corolla? All the petals combined together to form a crown like structure is called as corolla. Now if you see this, in datura there are only 5 petals. In the same way, if we consider a rose flower will be having petals more than 5. Different plants, different flowers have different number of petals. Number of petals will be different, color of petals will be different, and as well as the shape of the petals will be different. Collectively all the petals are called as corolla. Next one, if you remove the petals, you will see a structure. You can see a structure here. This structure is called as stamen. So stamen consists of 2 parts. Here filament, and this is the anther sac. So these stamens are actually the male reproductive organs of a flower. Stamens are the male reproductive organ of a flower. Stamen consists of 2 parts. What it is? Filament and a anther. Anther contains grains in that. Anther contains grain. Those grains are called as pollen grains. Okay. After this stamen is called as androecium. Androecium is nothing but the male reproductive organ of a flower. So stamen has 2 names. This part This structure has two names. Generally it is called as stamen, and what is one more name? Alternate name of it is andrecium. Okay, next moving on to the next part. If you remove all this, you can see if you remove this thalamus, sepals and the petals, you see this structure which is drawn here. You can see this structure. See, I am erasing. You can see the structure which I want you to focus. This one here. You can see a structure which is present here. This structure is called as ovary. This structure is called as ovary. Okay, ovary consists ovary or pistil. This complete structure is called as pistil. Pistil consists of three parts: ovary, style, and the stigma. This line, which this is this part of pistil. See, you can see a pistil here, right? This part of pistil is called as ovary, and this part of the pistil is called as stigma. Stigma and ovary are connected by a tube-like structure called as style. In case of stamen, a tube-like structure present here, that is called as filament. But whereas in pistil, a tube-like structure is called as style. Ovary and the stigma are connected by a tube-like structure called as style. If you see the ovary, you can see this is the ovary. Ovary consists of small grains in them. Those are called as ovules. Like in stamen, we can find pollen grains. In the same way, in ovary, we can find the ovules. Here, stigma is sticky in nature. If you put something, it will get stuck on the stigma. So, surface of the stigma is sticky. Stigma, style and ovary. All these three collectively makes a pistil. Pistil is the female reproductive organ of a flower. Pistil is the female reproductive organ of a flower. Stamen is a male reproductive organ of a flower. Pistil is a female reproductive organ of a flower. Pistil, this structure, pistil, has an alternate name that is called as gynoecium. Gynoecium consists of how many parts? Three parts: ovary, style and stigma. And pistil consists of how many parts? Ovary, style and stigma. So pistil and gynoecium are the same. Okay. So these are the important parts of a flower. Here, let us recall those all. Stalk, a stick which is used to hold a flower is stalk. Bed-like, swollen head-like structure on which all the floral parts are sitting is called as thalamus. And above the thalamus, you can see a cup-shaped structures. Those are called as calyx. Calyx is formed by the fusion of sepals. S-E-P-A-L-S, sepals. Above the calyx, you can find a funnel-shaped structures. These funnel-shaped structures are called as corolla. Corolla is formed by the fusion of petals. And next to that, we have two reproductive organs here. What are the two reproductive organs here? First one is stamen or the andrecium, male reproductive organ. Next one we have here pistil, that is the thing but the gynoecium. Gynoecium is a female reproductive organ of a flower. So here, if you see this, andrecium means what here? Stamen. Gynoecium means what here? Pistil. So calyx, corolla, andrecium and gynoecium. If a flower consists of all these four parts, then it is called as complete flower. Then it is called as complete flower. In the same way, if one of this is missing, then the flower is called as incomplete flower. For example, calyx is present, corolla is present and andrecium is present, but gynoecium is missing. So what kind of flower it is? It is an incomplete flower. Okay. Now here, did you understand what is complete and incomplete flower? Complete flower consists of calyx, corolla, andrecium and gynoecium. Whereas incomplete flower, where this four of this, one will be missing. From four of this, one will be missing. Either it can be calyx, either it can be corolla, either it can be andrecium or either it can be gynoecium. So this was about complete and incomplete flower. We have one more category here that is based on the sexual organs. As I said, stamen are the male reproductive organs and the pistil are the female reproductive organs. So here, if a flower does not consist of either stamen or pistil, then it is called as unisexual flower. Either it contains stamen, male reproductive organ, or either it may contain pistil, female reproductive organ. Then that kind of flowers are called as unisexual flower. If you take, now I have drawn this, right? Calyx is present, corolla is present, stamen is present, pistil is present. So this datura is a complete flower, right? And here, in this, stamen is present, pistil is also present. That means it contains two parts. Is it unisexual? No, it is bisexual. Uni means one, bi means two. Now in Datura, I am repeating it. In Datura we can find calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So what kind of flower it is? Datura is a complete and bisexual flower. It contains both the male and female reproductive organs. Okay, so rose. Rose also contains all these four parts. That is called as, so rose flower is a complete and bisexual flower. As I have taken one more example, that is what hibiscus. Hibiscus also contains calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. So hibiscus is also a complete and bisexual flower. So what is example of unisexual flower then? You can take example of papaya flower. Papaya. Or you can take cucumber. Cucumber flower is also unisexual flower. So ultimately when we are saying that it is unisexual, so here we can consider two things here. Unisexual means it will be incomplete and unisexual, because from four parts one of them is missing. That is what, either it can be stamen, pistil and calyx or corolla. So here in papaya and in cucumber, papaya and cucumber are incomplete and unisexual flowers. Either those can be male flowers or either those can be female flowers. When I said male flower, what do you think male flower contains? Which part? Does it contain stamen or the pistil? Yeah, it contains stamen, because stamen is a male reproductive organ. When I am saying female flower, what does it mean? It means it contains pistil. A flower which contains pistil is called as female flower. A flower which contains both male and female organs, it is called as complete and bisexual flower. Okay. This was about the floral parts of a flower. Based on the floral parts of a flower, we can divide flower into two different categories. That is what? Complete, incomplete, unisexual and bisexual. If calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium are present, then it is complete and bisexual flower. If calyx, corolla, stamen or pistil, from stamen or pistil, if any one is missing, then it is incomplete and unisexual flower. Okay, so this was about unisexual. Either stamen will be present or either pistil will be present, then it is unisexual. But whereas I am saying incomplete, incomplete in the sense, now either it can be missing corolla, it can be missing calyx, it can be missing stamen or it can be missing pistil. That is what incomplete flower. So flowers can be incomplete and bisexual. Flowers can be incomplete and bisexual. How I can say this? Can you think? Yeah, that is how incomplete. Incomplete means what? Either calyx, corolla, androecium or gynoecium will be missing. Right? That is what incomplete flower. So in that incomplete flower, maybe stamen, pistil and calyx are present. Corolla is missing. So that is what incomplete and bisexual flower. Where it can contain stamen, pistil and calyx, corolla, stamen and pistil, but calyx is missing. That is also here bisexual and incomplete flower. This was about the floral parts of a flower.